When I last left, we were adjusting the landing and the 5-foot turning radius and area of refuge at the top of the stair. This is part, by the way, this is part 2 of the STAIR vignette tutorial. So the important piece here is if we look at this upper level with the stair, or with the door popping out, is we don't want the door to reduce the width of the path of travel by more than half the width, so I think we're meeting that there. We also need to have room for a 5-foot turning radius, which we do, and we need to have an area of refuge, which we do, which is a 30 by 48 area of refuge. So I think we have a pretty nice little layout there, and it's pretty economical, yet will work. Okay, let's switch back to layer 1, or level 1. You can see we basically have, steps up to a landing, steps up, another landing, steps up, another long landing. And this long landing is necessary in order to connect to the actual, I guess you'd say the rail landing. We want to keep this economical, though, keep this landing really thin. Okay, so next thing we need to do, since everything seems to be in order here, we've got clearances for our doors in both places, and with that, then we need to go ahead and, what we could do before we do that? Let's go ahead and go to level 2, and let's draw in our door clearances here. Okay, so we need to make sure that we have, if we jump to the program, let's jump to, not the program, but the code. We check the door, and an out swinging door needs to be 60 out from the door and 24 on the latch side. So let's go ahead and use the sketch tool and use a rectangle and just draw 24 over, which is 2 feet, and then 60 deep, which is 5 feet, and then we can move this over, and we can see that we've got that clearance. Everything's good there. So we've double checked everything. We've got our clearances. We have our ADA items like our area of refuge and our turning radius. Now let's just draw in our railings. I usually start by just sketching them in, and that way you can drop them in really fast. Good probably to have ortho on while you're doing this. And handrails and railings need to occur everywhere there's a change in elevation. So they need to occur at landings, they need to occur at stairs, and they also need to occur, handrails need to occur on both sides of the stair. So I'm drawing just handrails at stairs, and they don't need to connect at landings. Okay. Now the secret to handrails is they need to encroach no more than 4 inches, and so you can do that by just doing this 1, 2, 3 method. So basically align it with the center of the outer edge of the stair or the wall and go 1, 2, 3 clicks over. And then we also need to have extensions, so it says at the bottom left, it says, you see that? It says 1 foot 10, so let's make that 2 foot 10 for the 1 foot extension. And now it says 2 foot 10, we need to make that 3 foot 10 for the upper 1 foot extension. Let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. We're at 1, 2, 3 method. It's 1 foot 10 to 2 foot 10. And it's just here we just need to connect it up with, with that one. And you can see the proportions the same, so I won't even measure that. Here it looks like we need to move that in just like that. And okay, usually I connect them right in the center just like that. So the way that they connect there is the way you want to do it everywhere. Okay, so you can see the proportion just like a snake, it's the same width everywhere, so you don't have to measure everything if you don't want to. Zoom in a little bit here. We'll use the move adjust tool. 1, 2, 3. 13.8. Let's make that 14.8. Use the zoom tool. Go move adjust, and then that needs to be 14.10 to get that extension. Again, I move it to the edge of the stair, and then I figure out what the dimension is on the railing at the bottom left, and then I add a foot to it, so 1410. And here we're going to do the same thing as what we've been doing everywhere else. Again, the proportions are the same there, so that distance is good. Looks like I got lucky on that. Here, let's go ahead and use our method. 1, 2, 3, and then check our distance, 3, 1, so it needs to be 4, 1, and 2 foot 10, so it needs to be 3 foot 10. Zoom out, and let's get these up here, and we should be done. Boy, I got lucky on that. See, you can see the proportions about the same. I'll double check it though. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, looks good. Now, if you can't click something, click multiple times until it selects the object that you want to select. There, got it. There. That looks right. See, the proportion's the same. No need to measure it. Okay, and then we're clear. Our handrails are not obstructing anything, and we got plenty of room there. So I think we're good. Okay, so we got, now that the secret to handrails is handrails and guardrails are one element. In real life, they're actually, I typically draw them in plan as there would be an outer guardrail that would occur, which would be like a line that looks like this, and then an inner railing, handrail. Well, here in NCARB land, they're one element. So just do it like this. It's not what you would typically do, but this is what they want done. So basically, this is your solved solution. Again, we've got the 12'3" height, floor finish height here, and so that gives us plenty of room for people going underneath this landing to go out the door. There's no reason for people to bump their heads. We've hit each one of the doors. We've got landings where we're required to change direction of the stair. Looks like a pretty good solution. Okay, I'll see you on the next video.